Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Fan Experience Podcast. We are on episode 22. Thank you all for coming back and joining us again. I am your host, Mike Katos, and alongside me is my co-host, Rick Molina. Rick, how are we doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Doing a lot better than Sam Darnold right now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But things are all right, man. It's going to be a good show tonight.
Absolutely. So, we are going to start off with a special shout out tonight. It is my wife's birthday today. So happy birthday, Jackie, and many, many more. I love you, and and hope you enjoy the rest of your birthday, and we'll party hard this weekend.
Jackie, happy birthday. All the best. Much love from the show. Thanks for all your support. And party hard this weekend. Absolutely.
Awesome. Now, down to business. So Sam Darnold
crippled.
A nice. We got some more birthday shout outs here. Very nice. Thank you very much. Bad spill. Got slammed onto his into shoulder or collarbone. It didn't look good. Yeah. The Jets, however, are up 7-3.
Shockingly.
So I guess let's see what comes of this. But then there was that report that we read today about Adam Gase possibly not getting fired because, it would be detrimental to Sam Darnold's development. So I'll let you take that one, Rick.
Look, man. This is not good news for the Jets. I mean, what has gone right for the team other than maybe Mekhi Becton, and even he got hurt. This is just not good. But I mean, look, even on that play that he got hurt, he got Lawrence Cager open, should have thrown the ball to him, held on to it too long, sacked and hurt. So this is just not good for the Jets. And as you all can see, I'm wearing my number 7 Boomer Esiason jersey. Obviously, the only quarterback that. Since maybe Testaverde and then a couple of years of Sanchez, the only quarterback who's actually, didn't do much, but Boomer's always a great Jets quarterback and a good guy rocking that tonight. So, it's tough. But, listen, start of week 4 in the NFL, tough watching this game, but hopefully the Jets can pull out a W. And if not, you fire Gase today. You don't let him go into the tunnel and give a post-game speech. You're Christopher Johnson. You walk onto the field and you fire him right there. Case closed, but they're not going to do that because they're the Jets. So that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Jeudy just scored a touchdown. The Broncos.
Oh, great. Wonderful. There we go.
I sat Jerry Jeudy and put in Braxton Berrios in my fantasy lineup tonight.
Oh, look at that.
And it was a bomb too. Oh, my
Pierre Desir, who was one of our free agent pickups. There you go. And so it begins. The route is on.
All right.
Anyway, moving on to better things.
Yeah. So... your Yankees advanced.
The Yankees advanced, correct. Yep. Congratulations to the Bronx Bombers, American League Division Series against the Rays.
Yep, absolutely. That's going to start Sunday night, I believe.
It's going to start Sunday night. To be
Monday, I think.
I believe it's Monday, right?
Yeah, ALDS starts on Monday.
They're in San Diego.
And it was also just announced that the ALCS and the NLCS, NLCS and the World Series will have fans in Arlington, Texas. For those that don't know, they are doing a semi-bubble for the MLB Playoffs and World Series. So the World Series will be played in Arlington, no matter who's the teams that go to the World Series. So, they're trying to keep everyone close knit, and they're also, playing a lot more games in a shorter span as well. So, let's see how this works out. With COVID and everything, they want to take every precaution. Speaking of COVID, we've had a little, our first sign of it in the NFL. The Titans had 3 players as of a couple of days ago, and another one today tested positive. So they are shutting down the Titans and the Steelers game for this Sunday, and it will be rescheduled to most likely week 18. So, I don't see this being the only game, from here in the next 12 to 13 weeks. Obviously, we hope that that's going to be the case.
Yeah,
it's just them, but it's definitely a very interesting scenario. And I was talking to a friend earlier, and I'm like, do they push back the Super Bowl a week, or do they just scrap the Pro Bowl? Like, what? I feel like they should just scrap the Pro Bowl or make the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl, like they did a few years ago. But that's just my opinion. I don't think you push the Super Bowl off to Valentine's Day week. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Quickly enough with the Pro Bowl. We don't even need the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially this year. Especially COVID, there's no need for the Pro Bowl. But the good thing is it looks like they sort of isolated this, and it hasn't spread wide to other teams or what have you. So, if it's just this game, then that's okay, and they can keep playing the season. I think if they can learn from MLB, from the Major League Baseball, the Marlins had an issue with an outbreak, and they sort of didn't play for a couple of days. They were able to contain it. People got quarantined, and then they were able to play. And look what happened with the Marlins, right? I mean, they they get COVID, the team gets sick, and yet they make the playoffs. But back to the playoffs real quick. I mean, it's the Yankees once again, just incredible. Kind of come limping in a little bit. Team unsure. Gary Sanchez gets benched, and they come out in game one and just bomb the Indians. I mean, home runs from Boyd, Stanton hitting shots. Gary Sanchez hitting shots, Gleyber Torres. And then in game two, they go down. Tanaka has a rough start. They go down 4-0, and they come back to win that game. I mean, it's just, Urshela with that grand slam. I mean, the only thing I think that can stop the Yankees right now is their pitching. I mean, if their pitching can stay consistent, if Tanaka can find a way to get you to the sixth inning at least and get to the bullpen, you're good. But right now with Garrett Cole there leading the way, I mean, the Yankees have a great shot at winning the World Series, but they're up against the Rays, and I think the Rays are in their head a little bit with just kind of the feistiness that the Rays play with.
It's going to be a tough series.
It is. It's not going to be an easy series at all. But the Major League Baseball playoffs are exciting. I mean, you got Miami who made it. Obviously, the Oakland Athletics won their series against the White Sox. So you're going to have some interesting series, but hopefully for the Yankees, they play well. And they're able to take the Rays. But think about the Rays for a second. They don't spend the money that the Yankees do. Top pitching, good prospects, and they always find a way to make it in the postseason somehow. They always find a way to get in there. So kudos to them.
Marlins.
Yeah, the Marlins. I mean, Derek Jeter, man, give him the props, right? They were killing him because he fired people, changing things around, and the guy makes the playoffs. What is he like? This is like the third year that he's on the team.
Yes.
So kudos to them. Look, man, this is gonna be a fun MLB playoffs coming into the divisional round. So I can't wait to see it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
And you know what? Think about it. A couple months ago, we were like, they're not even going to finish the season, but they cracked down. They made sure that everything was going good. So let's move on from the playoffs for a second, and let's touch on the NBA Finals.
Yes.
Just briefly, because we're going to be talking about it a little bit with our next guest. But
yes,
game one was last night. The Heat looked pretty good in the beginning, and then the Lakers took charge of the game, and it was pretty much no contest after the first half.
Yeah, Anthony Davis with 34 points, man. I mean, he was a beast. LeBron James almost had a triple-double. I mean, you look at his stat line, man. The guy had 25 points, 12 boards, 9 assists at 36 years old. It's incredible. But you're right, man. They just overpowered him. And look, the Heat's got some injuries. Dragic, just tore his plantar fasciitis. That must be pretty painful. Adebayo with the shoulder. Jimmy Butler kind of turned his ankle a little bit. Tyler Hero didn't have the game that he had before in the Eastern Conference Finals. So, but listen, it's only one game. They regroup. I think they play a little tougher, and they just come out and play a better game. I still say the Lakers in 6, but man, I'll tell you this much: if LeBron James just having triple doubles like this, and Anthony Davis just keeps having 30, 40-point games, it's going to be tough for the Heat to come back and win this series.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we'll touch a little bit more on the Heat and the Lakers in a second. Right now,
Sam's back in the game, by the way. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right now I'm going to play a clip from our next guest, a single dropping this Sunday at 12 o'clock. So enjoy, everybody.
For sure. You just gotta make it anyone try.
There he is.
All right.
What's up, guys? How's it going, Mike? How's it going, Rick?
What's up, Nick? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, guys. What's going on, everybody watching? I'm Nick Aquilino. Pleasure to be here with you guys tonight.
Yeah, that was his new single, Body Jams, coming out this Monday.
Yes, super excited.
On Spotify. We also have a lot of his contact info and all of his social media in our description. So please check it out. Hit
him up.
Absolutely. Follow his Instagram, his website. Listen to some of the other tracks that he has out. So Nick, we're gonna start with with the good news that you received just about 2 hours ago.
Oh my
gosh. Because how can we not talk about it?
Yeah, share with the fans.
You are a huge Heats fan, so let's preface it with that. But what was the great news that you found out a couple hours ago?
So, guys, as we discussed before we hopped on, I actually just found out that ABC will be airing my rendition of the national anthem for Game 3 of the NBA Finals.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
I keep jumping up and down, but I'm trying to keep it short.
Oh, man. You know what? You got to jump. Man.
Let me tell you, it's such a blessing. I've been a part of the Heat family pretty much my entire life. And just to have the connection with the team and to be in a situation like this and to be a part of history is something I'm just going to cherish forever. You can't take this away. It's incredible.
Now, is this is this like the biggest? Because I know you've performed the national anthem, a few times. How many times have you done it?
So in total for major sporting events, 13 for Miami, 9 times. So my record, believe it or not, is 9-1 in hometown wins for the Heat. So
wow,
there we go.
Pretty good.
Okay, so that bodes well for their Game 3, right?
Yeah. I hope so, man. I hope so.
Hopefully they could take 2, and then
that's what I'm praying. We got to get through Game 2 first.
Yeah, absolutely. But congratulations. It's amazing. So where did it all start for you? With the Heat. What got you into the Heat? What got you into basketball?
Yeah,
tell us a little
totally.
bit about that.
Of course, Mike. So my dad, believe it or not, has been the neuromuscular therapist for the team for as long as I've been alive. So I just turned 23 2 weeks ago, and my dad has been working full time with the team since I want to say 1997. So I think he's actually one of the longest working employees they've had as a part of the training staff. So I have pretty much been around through so many iterations of the team. Just being around Heat culture, knowing Pat Riley, knowing Spo, and just seeing Spo also come up to where he is now is crazy. Like I remember being 4 years old and seeing Spo come out of the video room, and he would be like, "Hey Nick, what's going on, man? How you doing?" And just to see him now as one of the best coaches in the league just puts a smile on my face. We all from somewhere, and it's all about hard work. It gets you there. It really gets you there. And I think this iteration of the team in particular plays a huge testament to that. So my relationship with the team, has gotten to the point now where during quarantine, I said to myself, hey, I'm seeing a gap in the market. There's not really a talk show out there that breaks down what kind of music players and coaches listen to, what kind of music is getting them amped up, how it's affected their playing careers and their lives. So I actually am very close with Darrell Wright, who used to play for the Heat and actually won with the team in 2006 when we beat the Mavs. So I hit up Darrell Wright and I was like, bro, you want to go live sometime and just kind of talk about motivation and how we're going to get through times like these? We were in quarantine. He was in LA and he said, yeah, bro, let's do it. I haven't talked to you in a minute, Nick. I'll be fun. It literally just turned into a catch-up session. I hadn't spoken to him in probably 4 years. We just had texted back and forth for the longest time. We end up being live for 40 minutes. I get off and I say, Wow. Well, that was a really long session. But from there, I was like, I think there's something here where we could just talk about what kind of music they like. So from there, I've had Stan Van Gundy on. I've had Bob McAdoo on, and Bob Mac is a legend. I've had Goran Dragic on. I've had Udonis Haslem on, OG40. So the list of players has just continued to grow, and I just finished up season 1. So the first 10 episodes are done, and I'm looking to do 10 more for season 2. Really excited. The show is called Music, Basketball, and Life.
That's an incredible story, man. Congratulations. You know, it's funny. That's how me and Mike started during COVID and quarantine. We were just talking. We were like, hey, man, would it be cool if we did a podcast? And here we are at 22 episodes in. So we know. Yeah, I know where you're coming from. But, you know, I wanted to get into the part of your show where how big of a role music plays in athletes' careers, because obviously they amp them up. Some of them are singers. But how big of a role does it really play when it comes to preparing for a game, getting ready for a game? I mean, kind of those emotions that go along. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, totally. What I found out is athletes they love music. I feel like sports and entertainment are just two fields that will forever be intertwined. Mm-hmm. Because think about it. Every piece of sports content we watch has a voiceover to it, or it has some type of music going over it, like add in sync style. So to me, it just puts it all in perspective. And what the crazy part is you find out, whoa, like Myers Leonard listens to everything. You know, Myers Leonard is the type of guy, he'll throw on some country and chill with Jimmy. You know, he'll listen to some Chris Brown and some Young Thug. And for me, it's opened up my mind too as a musician, being like, you know, I should be listening to all different types of music and just broadening my horizons as much as I can. So even going back to the 70s, like talking to Bob McAdoo, and he's telling me all about the Studio 54 days and whatnot. And it's funny, with Bob McAdoo, believe it or not, I did the Riptide Music Festival back in 2018, which is a huge festival down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And I got to actually pretty much open for Sheila E. and the Jacksons. So Bob came to see me perform. So it was me and Bob McAdoo. And of course, like Sheila knows who Bob is. Randy and Tito Jackson knew who Bob was. It was like, holy crap, it's Bob McAdoo. What are you doing here? He's like, oh, you know, I was supporting this young buck right here, patting me on the back. And I'm just like, how's it going, Sheila E? How's it going, Tito Jackson? So, you know, just hearing those stories, it kind of makes me want to wish that I grew up like back in the day.
Yeah, Studio 54 in New York was crazy. But in your interviews that you've had, tell us some of the most interesting interviews, because you would think everybody kind of say music or whatever, but what's the one person you interview say, I had no idea you were interested in this kind of music or things like that? Like, anybody catch you by surprise or anything like that?
Man, let me tell you, each and every episode has just been so eye-opening and interesting for me in its own special way. Like, you know these guys, you see them in passing all the time, but to actually get them to sit down, have a candid conversation with you, you're just hearing a whole bunch of stuff. I felt like my favorite one would have to be Goran Dragic. I just love Gogi so much. He's a great guy. He and my dad are also really tight too. So just hearing him talk about his life, you know, coming from Slovenia to now playing in the NBA is incredible. Also, Rodney Magruder. Rodney Magruder used to play for the Heat, and now he actually was just with the Los Angeles Clippers. And just hearing him talk about his dreams and aspirations, saying, yeah, you know, I was playing overseas for the longest time, but my main focus and main goal was always to be in the NBA. And, you know, that didn't stop him from 4 years later, after I think finishing college, finally getting that chance with Miami. So if anything, what's the most interesting part of these interviews is these are individuals just like the three of us, just trying to find their way. They're also letting their listeners and fans know, like, hey, you're not alone in what you're going through. You know, we're all just trying to figure out what our purpose is in life. And it just makes you feel like, okay, you know, like,
it's all good, right? Yeah.
It kind of humbles you, and it, you know, puts things in perspective.
Really does.
You know, that we're all the same, you know, person. You know, we are. We're flesh and bones. Everybody is, no matter where you are.
Exactly.
Athlete status, economic status. At the end of the day, you guys all have that common bond. So obviously, you're a singer, songwriter. So I see you're wearing a Tupac's sweater. So talk to us about your music inspirations. Like, what really got it going for you when you were like a kid?
Okay, so there are two performances in particular that were the performances that made me go, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is it. So the first one was my very first national anthem for the Heat game. Just imagine like a chubby Italian kid, 11 years old, like meatball all the way, bro. I kid you not. So I'm just like chilling. There's tens of thousands of people in the arena, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is actually happening. My little legs were shaking and everything. There's a video out there, but I just feel this presence come behind me and lift me up and just give me a little nudge. And I was like, who is that? I turn around, it's Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne was just like, bro, you got this, kid. You got this. And just hearing those words and getting picked up, I was like, man, I was made for this. And then, the 11-year-old in me, like, just got all the confidence in the world and just killed that performance. So that was one of the main performances that made me say, yeah, this is what I want to do. The other one was this other performance I did around the same time. I did the song Ben by Michael Jackson. And I remember going like, wow, yeah, I nailed that performance, got a standing O. I was at this vocal camp in LA. And that was another performance that made me go, wow. And now here I am. I'm 23 now and still going strong. Stronger than ever, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Absolutely. And, I listened to a few of your songs and credit. And incredibly talented,
Thank you.
I wish you nothing but luck. So when you started, singing, like, talk to us about, how you started singing, what steps did you take, for those people that are, looking to get better. I know my daughter is being into singing. So
oh, really?
To give her, some tips, that would be amazing. Because she sings all day long.
I love it. How old is she?
She's 12.
I love it, man.
Yeah, she loves it. And, so give us some, tips on, and what routes you took to, to pretty much perfect the craft.
Yeah, totally. Honestly, for me, everything was right place, right time. So I owe it all to my parents. I got to just give my hat off to my parents. They put me with the right people and surrounded me with the right team. So going back to those performances where it was like, yep, this is what I'm going to do. So I actually ended up getting hooked up with one of the best vocal coaches in the game, Rob Stevenson. He's coaching me to this day. Rob coaches Justin Timberlake, Rihanna, Neo, Dave Matthews. Always on tour with Dave Matthews. Obviously not right now, but
yeah.
One of the last times I saw him was actually up in Boston. I went to Berklee College of Music. I went to TD, got to go backstage and meet Dave. It was pretty awesome. So Rob has been a big part of my career. One of my producers, Pete Mazzitti, taught me everything about songwriting and pretty much what goes into producing a song. And then that got me into, of course, my own influences. You always got to pick your own influences. Who speaks to you most? For me, I'm an old soul, so I love Prince, George Michael, Sade, Justin Timberlake, MJ. Those are the guys. And, of course, we got the king back there, Marvin Gaye. So these are cats that have just inspired me to want to be like them in my own special way. So just chasing that and just trying to replicate that success and tell my own story through their music as well, having a showcase in mind. So that's a big, big thing. Just also surrounding yourself with the right friends. That's huge. Friends that want to work hard, friends that want to stay driven, friends that want to see you succeed. That's something I've learned very young, and I'm very fortunate about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. Especially, you want to be around people who want to succeed, who want to have that drive, that same drive that you do. Let me ask you, in the interviews that you've done, or you've obviously been around the NBA, so you know the players. Are there any players out there that can sing, that have that all of a sudden you're like, wow, where did that come out of?
Victor Oladipo.
Really?
Let me
Wow.
tell you, that is one of my dream interviews. I have a vision. So it would be me and Vic, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to set up a live band, just rent some white space,
Yeah.
get a band together, get Vic and I in a tuxedo, just singing some soul classics. Cause this man got pipes.
Yeah.
Really?
Crazy.
Wow.
That is incredible, man. I had no idea that he was able to sing like that. That's
Oh yeah. No, it's pretty amazing. Also, Damian Lillard, he got bars. It's pretty interesting. We
Oh,
also,
that's right. Yeah, he does. You're right.
you know who also has like some crazy catchy songs, but you don't know if it's good or not, but it's like really catchy is Antonio Brown.
And Tony Brown, the wide receiver.
You guys haven't heard that whole lot of money? Lot of money. I'm just like, yo, that's actually pretty catchy. Like it's in my head constantly.
So can you see yourself doing something with Antonio Brown in the near future?
Believe it or not. So we were set up to actually collaborate together, believe it or not.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep. So I love AB. He's been nothing but nice to me.
Yeah.
He called me to wish me a happy birthday, believe it or not. So like,
That's
shout out AB.
incredible.
You know, I wish him the best. I hope he plays for a team very soon. And, you know, he's really working on himself. And I'm just so proud of him.
That's awesome. You know, I want to get back to the basketball part of it. Now, you've been around the Heat. You went around the Heat. So you were around the LeBron James team from 2010, 2011. What was that atmosphere like in Miami, being around the team? Like, what was that
Oh, man.
like?
You're taking me back. So I wasn't really into basketball like that back in the day. But you don't even have to be into basketball to understand the magnitude of what that felt like.
Yeah.
The fact that Bron even just came down to Miami was like winning a championship in itself. Like to actually see him do it and to be around that energy. I remember celebrating afterwards with Spo and everybody. It was as if a weight was just lifted off of Bron's shoulders. And, you know, watching him now play his former team, you know, I just look back and I say, LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. You guys are like, what about MJ? What about?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to go there. I was like,
No comment. I mean,
but riddle me this, man. Like, hear me out.
Go ahead.
LeBron is the GOAT. And I look at him and I'm just going to call him the GOAT from now on. He's the GOAT. But there is something so special about his aura wherever he goes. I think it's just the fact that he knows, like, yes, I'm the baddest out there. It's sick to see. And you know who else has that aura too is Jimmy.
Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy is something else, man. I mean, look at this man's presence and what he's done to this team. Coming to Miami was probably the best decision of his career. And also the best thing that's happened to the Heat ever since Bron has left, for sure. Getting a chance to even meet Jimmy was something incredible. It was very special. It was brief too. Just being around his aura and just see it. One, he's just really tall and I'm really short, so that was big. I was just like, Jimmy, how's it going, man? He's like, yo. So you sang the anthem? And I was like, I did. He was like, that was fire, man. That was really good. I was like, thanks, Jimmy.
That's awesome, man.
I have so much respect for Jimmy. I think he's one of the most interesting people out there. And you can't deny what he has done for this team.
No, you can't. I mean, the guy just changed the culture there, 100%.
Actually, believe it or not, that culture has been set in place by Pat, by Spo for years, by the owners, Mickey Harrison, Nick Harrison. They're incredible. Like, what they preach is what they practice. It's so awesome. I just thinking about the Heat culture and what it's instilled in my work ethic too. Yeah. I just want to win. Like in anything I do, I just want it to be the best it can be, and I owe that all to Heat culture and being around it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible, man.
You know, that's a great lesson, and you know, just it's really great that, you know, it strives you to be better at everything that you do. Do you play ball?
I do, actually. Not very well. Like, okay, so believe it or not, I think I just invented, Damian Lillard's kind of doing it. I think I've invented a new position. I call it the half-court shooting guard. So I literally ask my boy John. He's literally right here. I specialize in making half-court shots. It's just really weird. So the other day, like I threw one up on my story and it got Duncan Robinson approved. Swiped up and he was like, "Bro, your jumper is pure." And I was like, "All right, I can die in peace now." Like, but no, it's really uncanny. Like I will shoot well from the half court, but then I'll brick like a mid-range jumper or brick a layup. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, Nick, Nick's at the half court. Oh my gosh, he made it. What?
You ever tear it up with any of the players over there?
Okay, I got a funny story. So this is so like I said, Stan Van Gundy, great family friend. So Rex Walters used to play for the Miami Heat, and then he was also an assistant coach for the Detroit Pistons at the time. This is back in 2017 Summer League. I'm on the Pistons practice court with Rex's son, Drew, who's one of my best friends. And I'm like bricking mid-range jumpers as usual. And one of the coaches, I forget his name. I think his first name was Bob. I gotta remember what his name was. One of the assistant coaches from the Pistons thought I was just like a random kid, just like that had gotten into the gym. They were like, "This is a place of practice. Get off the court." And then Rex had to come up to him and be like, "Dude, like he's a very close family friend. Like, please excuse him." He was like, "Oh my gosh, wow, this kid needs help." It was awesome, man. So that was my fondest memory of being close enough to playing with NBA caliber players.
That is awesome.
He didn't see my half court shot. He didn't.
That's
see
what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Have you ever taken part in like the half court shot at halftime of a game or like any of that?
I have
You don't
not.
like to do that.
I have not. I feel like I would choke. I would pull a PG and choke.
Wow, that's a tough comment. All right, yeah, we keep it real here on the show. So let me ask you: is this your first project? Is this your first album that you dropped? Is this like the first one? Are there others out there that our viewers could listen to and kind of get your music?
Sure. So Shortstop actually came out in September of 2018. That was my very first project.
Okay.
So that has songs that have done really well, such as "You Know Me."
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorites off that record. "Secure the Drip," which is now the official theme song for my show Music, Basketball, and Life. And "Rappy," which is like, imagine like an 80s slow jam R&B ballad modernized today. That's what that song is. So you can
I like Get Off. I like Get Off.
Word. You Get Off. I love that song. You know, to me, that was me just trying to like channel George Michael and Prince the best way I could in a modern era. So I'm glad you like that song.
I like what you wrote on your website. You don't write songs, you write statements.
Let me tell you, man.
That's powerful.
As cheesy as it sounds, as cheesy as that sounds, I go with a motto every time I write a song. If I can't perform it at Rock in Rio, it's not a hit.
That's a powerful statement, man. That really is. So I'm not too. How long does it take for some of these projects to come together? Like, is it how much hours, how much time do you spend in the studio? Like, how does it come along? Tell us about the process. I'm curious how it sort of develops and plays out here.
Every process is different. Shortstop was actually made in a dorm room, believe it or not. From that project was pretty much made in a dorm room over an 8-month period. I like to take my time too in between projects because I feel like the best way of giving the most authentic version of myself to my listeners through my music is by taking time and living life. That's huge. You got to experience love. You got to experience heartbreak. You got to experience zip lining. You got to do some fun things. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Yeah.
The main thing is if you're not living life, the music is not going to have life.
That's well said. That's well said. Now, and then for when you sing the national anthem, do you prep for this? I mean, do you practice for it? Like, how does that sort of play out for you? Like, do you spend time sort of preparing for it mentally? How does that work?
You know, it's so funny. Going back before we hopped on the show, I mentioned Conor McGregor.
Yeah,
that has like the utmost confidence in the world. I pretty much try to go in with that dog mindset. The Heat culture, going back to that, huge proponent of teaching me how to have that dog mindset whenever I perform. So it's honestly so funny because Myers Leonard asked me the same question on the show. And I was like, dude, when you go out there and you hear your name being called, it's like Nick Aquilino. I say to myself, there's no coincidence here. I was meant to be in this position right now. I earned this. People don't want to see me mess up or fail. People want to see me kill it. People want to go see Conor McGregor knock someone out. People want to see Duncan Robinson hit that 3. So that's the mindset I go in with. I'm going to hit those notes. I'm going to make an impact, and I'm going to get my team a W and pump them up for the game.
Awesome. That's amazing. And then you could also just, think back and be like, oh, Dwayne Wade said I got this. And you just think about that and, picture him holding you up. And
oh, yeah, man. No, that moment, I'm so glad I have that on tape because that's probably one of the most treasured moments of my life. And, Dwayne is still in my life, good friend, a great mentor. And I'm just happy that he's in my life and I know him. He's just a great guy.
That's awesome. And so talk to us a little. I listened to a couple of the episodes of Music Basketball Life. I like the Duncan Robinson one.
Deadshot.
Exactly. I liked how you opened it up. You're like, hey, you read comics?
That was the most awkward moment too. So I'm a big nerd.
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed to admit it. Dragon Ball Z.
I'm right there with you. So
I love it. So I'm like, all right, this is a shot in the dark. I was like, so do you read comic books by chance? And he's like, nah, man, not really. And I'm just like, oh, this is mad. So I was like, so do you know who Deadshot is? He's like, no, I can't say I do. And I'm like, he's a Batman villain, I was thinking, you shoot the ball really well. Duncan Deadshot Robinson. He's like, wait, that's kind of fire, man. I like that. I was like, oh, thank God. And it kind of stuck. He loves the nickname. He's been playing better ever since I gave him the nickname. It's weird.
Look at that.
But Duncan Deadshot.
Remind him before tomorrow's game.
I'll have to. No, the last time I texted him was just telling him how proud I was of him for making the finals.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that tweet that, 2 years ago, he was in a position where he didn't know if his basketball career was going to continue. Yeah. So he reached out to the Ringer for a job opportunity. And 2 years later, he's starting in the NBA Finals. So
that's awesome. Wow.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. You were going.
No, I'm a big fan of this team. I like this kid Tyler Hero, man. He's just like 19 years old, like
baby goat. That's what I like to call him.
What do you call him?
Baby goat.
Baby goat.
Baby goat. Now listen, I'm a Knick fan here.
Is that baby LeBron? I mean,
he's always had that nickname. Every time he hits a 3, he always throws it up like this. I think it's one of these. Yep.
Yeah. Let me ask you. Sorry, he walks around. He has such confidence when he plays, man.
Oh yeah.
The guy walks around like he belongs. Has he always been like that? Like he's always been around like I belong here. Like
Oh yeah. So I've met T on 3 separate occasions, and every time he oozes confidence. And what's cool too is like he drips more and more every time I see him. So like, and drip I mean like fashion sense. So it's funny. The first time I met him, he just had a nice little Cuban on.
Yeah.
And he had like a t-shirt and some sweatpants on. Just really fun guy. Next time I see him, he's got a Dior shirt on, Gucci pants, 2 Cubans. And I'm just like, wow, okay. I'm like, I love this. No, Tyler's energy is infectious. He's kind of shy too, which is pretty funny. But I love that guy. It's just really, really fun energy. And I feel like a lot of the young players can learn a lot from watching him play because he plays like a veteran out there.
Yeah.
There's just one highlight that's going around. 76ers turned the ball over. Jimmy throws it to Tyler. Tyler could have very well passed it. He had like 3 guys on him. It's like, no, I'm going to take the 3 because I'm going to hit the 3.
And then for me, I mean, tell us about Coach Spoelstra, right? The guy, he grew up in the Miami Heat culture. I mean, around Pat Riley, or give us a little bit about both of them, right? Coach Riley, because he coached the Knicks when he was here in New York, and then he went to Miami and turned it around over there. But tell us a little bit about Pat Riley. Tell us a little about Spoelstra, right? He started in the video room, worked his way up. He was able to coach a team with Wade and LeBron James and Chris Bosh. And tell us a little bit about those two and their personalities and how they've helped you grow.
So Pat's been nothing but nice to me. I've never seen the want to win side of Coach Riley.
Okay.
I've only seen Fun Pat, which is awesome. Pat's one of the nicest guys I know. Probably one of the most swagged out, baddest dudes you'll ever meet. I'll never forget like the first memory I have of him because, I've been around him as long as I could remember. Mm-hmm. I used to just be in awe of this guy when he would walk in. My mom would be like, Nick, that's Coach Riley. I'd be like, wow, this guy's cool. Like he's just got a suit on, just a buttoned up shirt, got some swagged out bracelets, just looking fly. Yeah. And so best memory of Coach Riley that I have is it was the 15-win year for the Miami Heat. It was 2 years after we won the chip. Lots of injuries. 15-67 was our record. It's awful. So Pat was up in the family room, just down and out. No one wanted to go near him because, Coach Riley, like if you don't get that win, you're not going to get a purely happy Coach Riley. He's that competitive and that much of a winner. So I go up to Coach, and here am I, this 9-year-old kid, and I'm like, now, Coach, if you don't stay positive, the team's not going to stay positive. And my dad is in the corner like, oh, my gosh, I'm about to lose my job. This is not great. Oh, no. And Coach looks at me and says, Nick, you know what I need right now. And then I just gave him a big-ass hug. So that's awesome. That's my fondest moment of Coach Riley. And every time I see him now, it's always in good fun. Last time I saw him, I was actually having an off night. I was just chilling in Club Hyde in Miami, and it was fun. And Club Hyde is one of the clubs in the arena, and I was just having a good time. I was on spring break, and I see Coach come through, and he looks at me. He's like, "Oh, you don't have a mic in your hand today." I was like, "I know, weird, right? It's my night off." So I love Coach Riley, and Spo is the nicest guy ever. I think one thing about Spo, and I think his greatest attribute is his positivity, and also just the way he makes guys feel at home. Spo's hard. He'll go hard on you. Yeah. Pat's his mentor. He will ingrain that culture in you. But Spo, there's just something about Spo that is so special. He is so knowledgeable of the game. And I feel like a lot of coaches get underestimated when they haven't played in the NBA. You look at a coach like Doc Rivers, he's played in the NBA. Yeah. Excuse me. You look at Ty Lue, played in the NBA. But Spo, played in college, and I think he played overseas, and then he went into video editing. So to see that he demands that much respect is so incredible. Don't underestimate Coach Spo. He'll get you.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, well, so your single drops on Monday or midnight Sunday. So where should people be following you? Is it going to drop on Spotify, on your website, Instagram? Where should they be for that single to drop?
Yeah, totally. So speaking of which, I'll announce it here. My website is ready to be viewed. You can find me at nickaquilino.com. My single is going to be out in every single store. So Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Tidal, Deezer, wherever you want to listen to music, it's going to be there. It's called Body Jams. It's part of this new campaign I have going on called Nick at Night.
Well, what's Nick at Night?
Nick at Night. So at the beginning of the song, I say, "Welcome. You're now tuned into Nick at Night." And believe it or not, I was literally just talking out my butt. You just say some dumb stuff, and then I was like, "Wait, that's actually brilliant." And then that became pretty much the guise in which I've marketed the single under. So it's Nick at Night. So pretty much on October 5th, 2020, I'm turning off the lights.
All right, man.
Awesome. Well, everybody, please go visit nickaquilino.com.
I was just on there. It looks good.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's a great looking website for sure. And you also have the clip of you finding out about the the national anthem
Check
news.
out my Instagram.
which was-
Follow me at Nick Aquilino 17 on Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything is up, in the description below or above, depending on where you're watching this. Please follow Nick and enjoy the songs, everybody, because he's very talented, and add him to your playlists. Please.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's good stuff. And Nick, this is your home here. You're always welcome here. You never want to come back.
We're gonna talk after Nick. After Nick's life calms down a little bit, we're gonna talk to him about,
exactly. Once he comes off the cloud,
Back on, man. You let me know. Also,
about a theme song for
birthday to
our
your wife. Happy birthday to your wife.
Thank you very
Yes.
much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Everybody, make sure to tune in to Game 3 of the NBA Finals. That's Sunday. To hear Nick play the national anthem. He is going to represent the country, make us proud, and I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
I'm
Oh man, that's
excited,
pretty.
7:30 p.m. prime time EST. You'll catch me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna be amazing, and good luck to the Heat tomorrow night. Let's have ourselves a series here.
Let's do it. I'm so proud of the Heat. I'm so proud of my guys. I'm so grateful to know them. And
I think it was just first game jitters. That's it.
Yeah, they're young, man. They just get some experience.
I'm gonna leave it at this. This ain't no one-sided TJ Warren beef. This ain't no Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Bucks. This ain't no prim and proper Celtics team. This is LeGoat they're dealing with. So
There you go.
I think they're gonna rise to the occasion, guys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I really do believe that they're going to make this a series, and I personally want them to come out on top at the end of it.
Me too.
It's going to be exciting. It was first game jitters. It's going to be a lot more competitive going forward. So I'm excited to see everything coming up on this finals.
Yep, me too. Me too. Hey, much love, guys. Appreciate it, Mike. Appreciate it, Rick.
Thank you, Nick, man. Always a pleasure, man. Come back soon.
All love. All love.
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Good
Good stuff, man.
All right.
There he is, Nick Aquilino, everybody.
Nick
Game 3
Aquilino,
Sunday night.
please, everybody, follow him, Instagram, Twitter, nickaquilino.com, and tune in for the NBA Finals Game 3 and see his rendition of the national anthem. He also does a lot of covers too.
Yeah, he does.
So definitely check him out. He's very talented, and show him some love.
Absolutely. And then when I usually go to Miami once a year, I do the annual,
annual. We got to go party in South.
Yeah,
Beach.
the annual South Beach party trip that I do every year. Nick, when I get down there, I'll hit you up. We'll have a couple beers. So, 16-10.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon just ran one in.
Melvin Gordon just scored. It is not looking good for our beloved New York Jets right now. So,
I mean, they're only down 6. They're going to be 7.
It's better than being down 26.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty good considering we're getting into the half. But it is the third string quarterback that they are playing.
Yeah, they're only playing the third string quarterback. You're right.
Yeah, well that's why it's so close. But whatever. Let's see how it pans out. So let's make some picks for this weekend. Some interesting for Sunday.
Week 4.
Week
in the National
4.
Football League.
No fancy graphics today.
Down and dirty, folks. We're just getting into it.
We're down and dirty here. So I kind of like this Chargers at Tampa Bay for some reason. The Buccaneers are favored by 7. But I like what the Chargers have been doing. I mean, last week was a little underwhelming, but I know that the cross country is a little tough, but I don't know. I think the Chargers can stay within a touchdown.
So here's the thing, right?
He's keeping his job.
Who's that?
I don't know. A Facebook user. It's not. I think it's our boy Brian, to be honest. From the softball team.
Brian. So here's the deal. If it was a blowout, they would show him the door. I think it's close. The Jets are being competitive. It's prime time, so they're not being embarrassed. So I think Gase will keep his job. Look, I think they want to keep him. I think they want to keep him. I don't think they want to fire him. I don't think they want to cause all this upheaval. But you can't go 0-16 and give the fans the excuse that, oh, well, everything was hurt. The guy's not a good coach. I mean, anybody can see that. Mike, you and I could coach this team, and we could probably lead them to 4 wins.
Don't even. I mean,
so the answer to the question is no. Gase doesn't get fired tonight. I think if the Jets, I mean, look, it's 17-10 right now, so it can look. It's a minute 33 left. They still have the ball, but I mean, if it gets ugly, they might have to make a change for change's sake. But as of right now, I don't think he gets fired.
Okay, all right. So that was PJ with that question. If any of you are watching on Facebook, on the bottom of the description, there's a link, and you can give StreamYard, where we're streaming from, access to to get your name, and then your name will pop up. It's just really for Facebook. Your name would pop up if you're commenting from Twitter or YouTube. It's just that Facebook, you need that extra step, just so you guys know.
But I mean, do you agree with me? I mean, if they keep it close, they're not firing the guy tonight. Do you think?
Unfortunately, I feel like he's not going to get fired.
You say that, so you just took like the soul out of me when you just said that. You're like, hey, he's not going to get fired.
Well, yeah. I never wanted him hired 2 years ago.
No one wanted him hired. I mean,
him and his taco gazing eyes. He's still thinking about those tacos because he doesn't know how to coach a game.
No, it's just bad. But wow, Sam, you got to make that throw, dude. So that, and look, that's why you draft Trevor Lawrence.
Well, his collarbone's broken. Come on.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look broken there. But.
Yeah.
All right, let's get down and dirty. Let's get to these picks. Week 4 of the National Football League. Let's get going.
So what do you think? Buccaneers -7 against the Chargers.
So here's the thing, man. Chargers are going to Tampa Bay. I think they got a couple of weeks tape on Justin Herbert. Todd Bowles is a good defensive coach. Shaq Barrett down there. I'll take the Buccaneers in the 7.5. I think they're going to win comfortably. I mean, the Chargers are a good team, but Tampa's going to confuse them a little bit and be on another level. So I'm taking the Bucs plus a point with 7.5. Yeah.
You pick the next game.
Minnesota at Houston.
Okay.
Houston is home. The Texans are 4.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I mean, the Texans need to win badly, and the Vikings are 0-3 as well. It's going to be a battle of who's the best of the worst.
Yeah.
I feel like Houston's defense is better than the Vikings defense, and Watson could just pop off at any time with the 4.5. I'll give it to the Vikings with the plus 4.5. It'll be a close one, but I think the Texans win the game, but maybe not by 5.
All right, so there you go, Texans. You're taking the.
I'm taking the Vikings with the
the points.
Yeah, the underdog points.
All right.
What did you get? What do you got?
On that particular game, I don't know, man. I'm just not sold on Kirk Cousins, and I even though Bill O'Brien has he's a horrible coach. Houston's at home. I think Houston wins.
And covers.
They're gonna find and win it by a touchdown. Yeah, they'll win by a touchdown. That's what I think.
All right.
So there you go. I got Houston with the points.
The interesting game. I like this. With Josh Allen playing, lights out right now, and then they're going into the Death Star in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Bills are favored in Las Vegas by 3. Obviously there's no fans, so that home, that home field, doesn't really matter, all too much. But Josh Allen's playing well, but so are the Raiders. John Gruden has gotten that team to turn around, and they don't, they haven't all rookie wide receivers too.
Yeah.
So it's really just been Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller for the most part.
Mm-hmm. And Henry Ruggs isn't even playing.
Yeah, I think that the Bills have a good chance to win this game.
Yep.
But I'm going to have to take the Raiders with the +3 because it's going to be very close. And, it'll be a push if it's a field goal game. So,
yeah, this is an interesting game for me, man. They're going on the road to Vegas. Josh Allen right now is the hottest player, one of the hottest players in the National Football League. I think behind, obviously, Patrick Mahomes. And even Lamar Jackson. I mean, the way he's just been playing. But, the Raiders are at home. But, I don't know. I want to see if he can keep up this pace he's at. I'm with you, man. I'm going to take the Raiders with the points here. Because I still want to see him keep this momentum up and keep it going. So I'm in agreement with you. Raiders with the points.
Yeah. I think the next game we have to go with the Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl Chiefs.
Yeah, this is exciting.
In Kansas City with Cam Newton and the New England Patriots coming to town. The Chiefs are favored by 7 on their home turf. They have fans there, correct?
Yeah, they have fans. I think like 20% or something like that.
I would say that the spread is fair from Vegas's eyes here. One touchdown. I mean, after what we just saw them do to the Ravens in Baltimore, right. But Belichick, is an evil genius. I just can't see the Patriots beating the Chiefs in Kansas City, even with the defense and Cam's playing well. Yeah. I will take, however, New England to cover and lose by less than a touchdown at the very least.
After like we just said,
New England's almost flawless against the spread. So
right, but after watching Patrick Mahomes just take apart the Ravens defense on the road. Now, mind you, there again, no fans there, but he just looks like he makes it look so easy, and there's no stress back there. I mean, the guy is just throwing darts all over the field. I'm going to take Kansas City -7 here.
Yeah.
I don't know that the New England has – I mean, they played well in Seattle, but do they have the offense to keep up with the Chiefs? I don't know if they do. We'll see. Is Belichick going to make it like is he going to make it like – is he going to make it – he's going to is he going to make it turn it into a running game where he's just going to dominate the time of possession? But, man, I don't – the Chiefs are going to put up 30 points, I think. So I'm taking the Chiefs -7.
Okay. And then let's end it with the New York Giants going to beautiful SoFi Stadium.
We will be in a
take
year.
On the Los Angeles Rams. And the Rams are favored by 12.5 at SoFi. Giants going across country. Daniel Jones is good for about 3 interceptions a game.
Yep,
I think the Rams cover the 12.5.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't see the Giants anyway being even – I mean, they may be competitive for a quarter, but after that, Jones will throw 2 or 3 picks and it'll be over. So.
I mean, let's remember, they don't even have Saquon Barkley.
Right, exactly.
They got Devontae Freeman, and it's Deion Lewis, Sterling Shepard is hurt. It's just anyone that plays at MetLife Stadium just sucks this year. All right?
Let's get hurt.
So it's not going to be a fun season in Jersey, and they're saying that they might open up for fans, and I see the fans saying, "Nah, I'm all right."
Nah, listen, if they open up that stadium for fans, I'll tell you right now, there's going to be about 10,000 people showing up there and booing Adam Gase till his ears bleed because and that'll be the. Let me tell you something. If anything, that might change the mindset of ownership because right now there aren't fans in the stands. If there were 70,000 people in MetLife right now, I can tell you right now, Adam Gase might not be here right now. So that's the thing he has going for him. So if there are fans in the stands, it might be a good thing to listen to motivate ownership to say, look, this isn't working and we got to make a change. But yeah, you're right. It's why would you want to go? I mean, at this point, it's just horrible. It's just terrible. But yeah, back to the game real quick. The Giants are going to throw 3 picks and it'll be ugly.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be a fun game. All right. What do we have? We had something happen on news and
notes. Doc Rivers hired by the Philadelphia 76ers to coach the team 5 years. 5-year contract to coach the team. Interesting hire, man. What do you think?
Yeah, it's certainly interested, and he's got a lot of history. I mean, it could work out. I mean, it's he's got the resume, and we'll see how it goes next year. But next year's the next year.
Exactly. Next year is the next year. What else we got going out there in the world of sports? Let's see.
Dion Sanders got hired as a head coach.
Yeah, he's the new head coach. Where's he coaching now?
Cannot remember the team. It's a college team.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's prime time is it's gonna be a head coach.
That's gonna be interesting, man. Because being a coach, you got to be serious. You got to be focused. You got to be like on the ball all the time, worrying about the kids. Like that's not just something you can just show up and just say, you know what, I'm Dion Sanders and I'm coaching. So I hope he takes it serious.
I think he will. I don't see
Jackson State. He was hired at Jackson State.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's hired at Jackson State. Good for Dion Sanders, man. He's not working at the NFL Network anymore. So good for him, man.
He was working. He was working for Barstool for a little bit.
Was he?
He was. He was doing something over there. And now he's coaching a college team. I mean, good for him. I wish him the best of luck.
Absolutely.
So here, a pregame meal was a cause of Notre Dame's COVID-19 outbreak.
Jeez. Are they not wearing masks in that meal or something, or what?
You know what? Speaking of wearing masks and COVID, we were talking about John Harbaugh spitting in the referee's face the other day. But the NFL put out a stern memo saying that if coaches, GMs, people on the sideline don't abide by this mask policy and all the policies, safety precautions that they're putting in place, then they will end up resorting in suspensions, fines, and possibly even draft picks being taken away. So,
wow.
It's great that the NFL is trying to be serious about this and trying to, bring down the hatchet in any way they possibly can.
Yeah, man. I mean, they have to take this seriously. I mean, I get it. Look, you wearing a mask all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be uncomfortable. Those guys are sweating. They're emotional. They want to, but this is some serious stuff, man. Like, you don't want to get this thing. It's horrible, dude. Like, even if you get it, you don't get it. If you get it pretty bad, you're laid up in your bed with a fever and you're puking, and you just feel like it's horrible. It's horrible. So I hope the guys take it seriously. And look just what happened with the Titans and the Steelers, man. I mean, they're postponing the game. I mean, you don't want that. You don't want games postponed. So they take it seriously, wear a mask, do the right thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
A shout out to Henrik Lundqvist after 15 years with the New York Rangers.
Yeah, he's leaving the Rangers.
He's leaving the Rangers. So thank you, Henrik, for giving us 15 great years. Took us to a Stanley Cup, a couple of Eastern Conference Finals there. So thank you for that. And he's going to move on. He'll probably catch on. If you're at Lundqvist at this time, you catch on with a team that's got a shot at winning a Stanley Cup. So listen, good for him and all the best to him.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I think that about wraps it up for today. We have a great week next week in store for everyone. And we want to thank everyone for coming tonight. We want to thank Nick Aquilino for coming and sharing his stories, around, his music career, around, him growing up around the Heat. There's a lot of interesting stuff, that we talked about today. It was amazing. And please go follow him on all social media, on his website. It's all in the description below. And we will see you next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Have a good night, everybody.
Peace, everybody. See you next week.
And one last shout out. Happy birthday, Jackie.
Happy birthday, Jackie. Live it up.